Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. D. Imagine that. More craft beer. For today's sampling pleasures and tasting delights, we have a real treat from the Allagash Brewing Company located in Portland, Maine. Now, my pronunciation may not be correct, but I'm going to pronounce it Curieux. Curieux, that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Ooh, it's a Belgian style ale, and it's not for lightweights, baby. 10.2% alcohol. It's bottle conditioned. So buyer beware when you open this bottle. Do it carefully. Do it right. You got my coin between the bottle cap and the bottle opener because at one time I had plenty of bottle caps from Allagash, but I sold my collections and now we're going to go ahead and use this Tiku glassware that I just washed and rinsed with cold water. Be careful when you pour this. This is bottle conditioned. This is an etched glass. Yeah. Be careful. You can go ahead and straighten it out, but if you do, that's what'll happen. Oh, isn't that a lovely looking beer? Ooh wee! Some vanilla and oat. Wee. Now, if you don't want that yeast that's in the bottom of the bottle, well, you don't have to pour it in. No, it's not going to hurt you if you drink it, but if that puts you off, you don't have to drink it. Oh man, look at that! It's a very hazy, and that's not chill haze. No, this beer is not cold. That's a very hazy, golden color with a bright white bit of foam on there. Look at that! Doesn't that look like liquid loveliness to you? Now, what else did I write down about this beer? Oh, the most important thing I forgot to tell you, it's Asian bourbon barrels. Oh, what else did I forget to tell you? Yeah, that's all I forgot to tell you. Yeah, but you know what? Even though it's Asian bourbon barrels, I'm not getting that bourbon aroma. I'm not getting a lot of booziness in this beer. Now, this glassware is sweating because of the temperature difference between uh, rooms. I brought this out of the kitchen. It's much cooler in the kitchen than it is in this room. But man, that is a beautiful looking beer. Hey, let's go ahead and drink this beer. But before we do, you always have to pay homage to the brewers because without the brewers, we would have no good beer to drink, right? So many thanks to the brewers here in Portland, Maine, for all the hard work they put into brewing this batch and bring it to market so guys like me can enjoy it. Cheers to them and cheers to you as well. Notice how I took a very small sip of that beer. 10.2% Asian bourbon barrels. I tell you what, I'm not picking up a lot of the bourbon in here. Maybe as the beer warms, now it's been out on the counter for about 10 minutes. It's slightly cool in my hand. It's not ice cold. But as this beer warms, I believe it will bring forth even more aromas and flavors. And what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to use heat transfer from my hand to warm the beer because this glass is specifically designed to not transfer the heat from your hand. Yeah, this is a stem glass from Tiku. If you never heard of Tiku glassware, go to their website, check them out. They make some fine glassware, no doubt about it. But you can buy it a lot less money on Amazon. There you go. Amazon is your best friend. What I'm getting in here right now is oat chips and vanilla. And it is starting to become a little bit boozy to me from that heat transfer. It only takes a couple minutes for heat transfer because remember, our bodies are extremely warm. And yeah, if you ever get stuck in the wilderness, You want to make sure you cuddle up to somebody who's near you. Doesn't matter if it's a man, a woman, or whatever it is. Just stay warm. Yeah, because that's how your body is going to transmit the heat to keep each other warm, and you won't freeze to death. And that's the same thing with this beer. The heat transfer will definitely warm this beer up, and I can feel my hands becoming a little more cold. I didn't think the beer was that cold, though. It sat out on the countertop, like I said, for quite a few minutes. And let's see. Oh, now I get that bourbon. Ooh, it is so smooth and easy drinking, though. It belies the fact that it's 10.2%. Bourbon, oak chips, vanilla. There you have it. Maybe not in that order. But look at the lacing on the glassware after just a few sips. Oh, this is quite lovely. Look at it. I tell you what, you better be careful with this beer. Now, this is a good aperitif. You could have this before dinner. This will whet your appetite. Or you could have it after dinner. Man. I would not mix this beer with food, though. No. I'm a big believer in getting all the aromas and flavors of the beer. And I don't want to mix food in there with it because once you mix food with the beer, your palate's going to go crazy. Yeah. And most of the time, the food will take over from the beer. Now, in this case, I don't know if that would happen, but still, I want to enjoy the liquid loveliness for what it is. And where's that bottle at? Here it is, right here. Allagash. Allagash brews some fine beers. And they're out of Portland, Maine, of all places. You would never suspect a brewery in Maine to put out something like this because I mean it's so far out of the way. If you've ever visited the state of Maine, you know it's just really you might as well be in Canada, right? And I'm not saying anything bad about the state of Maine. I'm just saying it's out there. Yeah, it's out there. It's almost like it's not in the United States. It's just way up there. But at any rate, this is I would describe this as a full bodied beer with a full mouthfeel. It's got medium carbonation to it because it is bottle conditioned. And I tell you what, you got to take your time with this beer. If you rush through this beer, it's going to catch up with you, man. 10.2% will catch up with anybody. I don't care how big you are. Yeah, I tell you, man. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go and run out of here, my friends, because life is short. And we'll tell you to be happy, and I mean that. Yeah, life is short. Be happy. You never know how much time you have left. But I tell you one thing: this beer right here is mighty tasty, and if you like this style of beer, you will love this particular beer, no doubt about it. With that said, until we meet next time, just wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes, and as always, cheers. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure. But the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast. And if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my Pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know, the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.